This is our clearing chamber. In the clearing chamber we have the inflow coming here, outflow here. We have our positive and negative leads here. The outflow of the clearing solution leads into our holding tank. The holding tank has two outlets. The reason for this is that we're creating hydrogen and oxygen by running this system, and we need to get rid of both the hydrogen and oxygen as well as move our fluid into the rest of the system. So, as you can see, we've got an outflow into our pump. This is the hydrogen and oxygen out. It leads up through the ceiling into our ventilation hood. So we've got our pump set here, pumping around our fluid, and there's bubbles in there because we want a little higher flow rate through the pump than we have coming in here. It's perfectly okay that it does that. The system's not going to crush because it is exposed to an atmosphere. It's not a closed system. So once we run through the pump here, we go into our filter. This is to filter out any particulate matter or anything that might have fallen out of solution. We have a whole lot of SDS in this. Up here we can follow our tubing again up into our heating tank. The tubing from the filter heads into the heating tank, and again there's another outflow for any sort of air or vacuum or gas that happens to make its way up here to be vented out into our ventilation hood. Additionally, we have the outflow of the tank, and this black cable connects to our submersible heater. So submersible heater is very simple to operate. All you have to do is just hit this button. The flashing indicates what target temperature you want. Once it stopped flashing, you'll go ahead and see that it will eventually show you what the temperature actually is inside of the heating tank, and that red light means that it is in fact heating. Now, there's going to be a difference between these two temperatures because the simple thing is that we've got a lot of tubing here, and the tubing is cooling down our system. So even though it's set at 47 degrees, it will most likely never reach 47 degrees because we don't have enough wattage in this to actually do that. But that's fine, just so long as we do know what temperature our heating tank is at. It's good for us. So we saw again this outflow. We can follow the outflow down. The outflow flows into our flow valve. This controls the flow into the our tank here, our ETC chamber to go ahead and do the clearing. And that's the basic system. We've got it hooked up to a Biorad Power Pack HC. We're currently running at 40 watts at 0.73 amps and 40 volts, 0.73 amps and 29 watts. We set the voltage as a constant, and then all of the amperage and the wattage is controlled automatically by the power pack. Due to resistance changes, it changes and it sets those to the correct amounts in order to get the correct voltage into our system. I think that's basically it with the system. Yeah.